My name is Sherrilyn Ifill, and I'm the President and Director Counsel of the NAACP Legal Defense Fund. And my big idea is a very simple one. You probably already think you're doing it. And my idea is that you and me and all of us need to stop imposing stereotypes on girls. This year is the 60th anniversary of the Supreme Court's decision in Brown versus Board of Education, the 50th anniversary of the Civil Rights Act of 1964. But so few of us realize the extraordinary role that girls played in bringing these civil rights gains to bear. It was a girl named Barbara Moten, who was 16 years old, who created, started, and managed to execute a walkout at her high school in Virginia in 1952 because of the lack of resources that her school had, no desks, no gym, etc. She embarrassed the adults into challenging the system, which became one of the first cases that later became the 4 cases involved in Brown versus Board of Education. We should remember Linda Brown, the young girl who had to walk 40 minutes across a railroad track past the white school to take a bus to another school because of segregation. And Linda Brown's father, seeing her courage walking to school every day, decided to allow that family at great personal risk to be plaintiffs in Brown versus Board of Education. Or even more recently, it was LaShonda Davis, who finally spoke out about the sexual harassment that she was suffering at the hands of a 9-year-old boy in her school in Monroeville, Georgia, which resulted in the case that held that you can bring sexual harassment claims under Title IX if a school allows a sexually harassing, pervasive environment to exist at their school. But what we see happening increasingly, particularly for African American girls, is that they're being told to shut up and sit down and pull down their skirts and not speak up. We see this in the out-of-suspension statistics that are skyrocketing for African American girls. Wisconsin has the highest rate of out-of-school suspensions for African American girls. 21% of all African American students, girl students, were suspended out of school in Wisconsin in 1 year. In 1 year. Why are they suspended? For being disruptive, for being loud, for being disrespectful. What about 7-year-old Tiana Parker, who was sent home from her school in Oklahoma for wearing her hair like mine in dreadlocks? She was told that her hairstyle was unacceptable. This is happening to girls all over this country, particularly African American girls who do not conform to the stereotype of what we are telling them girls should be. And when we do this, when we tell them to shut up, when we put them out of school, when we send them home from the prom for being inappropriately dressed, when we tell them that their hairstyle is unacceptable, we are silencing the future Barbara Motens and Linda Browns and LaShonda Davises. So trust me, you're doing it. Stop doing it. Stop imposing stereotypes on African American girls. Girls, African American girls, are loud, disruptive, confused, courageous, scared, frightened. They're girls, like every other girl. Let's see what kind of women they can become.